Hey, just wanted to talk to you about when it comes to a lot of you I know have maybe development camps coming up, whether it's in your particular state or region, and some really important things, whether you're a goaltender, defenseman, or player, is to really you got to showcase yourself. I think a lot of times too many players just go and blend in and don't really do anything, and they expect great results. And so this is something for all of you to learn from, whether maybe you're a bit older and you don't have the opportunity to get to go through these anymore. But if you're in the Bantam age, definitely you're going to be going to these camps where it's a 2-day camp. You need to showcase your skills, and out of that, they select a few players and you move on from there. So the positive things that can come from these camps is that you can create more awareness and attention for yourself moving forward if you do well. A lot of times you have to remember is that first of all, the people that are selecting players moving on probably don't really have the credibility or should be making the selection, but they are for whatever reason. They're in with a particular organization or in with their buddies or coaches, and now they want to be a part of the selection phase. And so you have to consider that as a parent or as a player and understand that, hey, not always are the best players going to move on to the next evaluation process. And so you have to understand that. And so how do you deal with that, and how can you control your own play so you don't get caught up in that? And so a lot of times it's like, hey, I should have moved on, this other guy moved on, I'm better than him. Well, what can you do? And so that's why the importance of this video is making sure that you're ready and you're at your maximum capacity, and that you're working as hard as you can and working smart and effectively in these camps. This is a sprint. This is not a marathon like the rest of the season. You have to show something. I remember growing up, Don Cherry, who everyone knows, the famous hockey commentator up in Canada, said when I first went to my first training camp, he said, Brandon, whatever you do, you have to do something to stand out. And so my experience of going through multiple Team Canada events or tryouts or mini camps, you got to go in there and produce. You can't just go in and blend in. You have to stand out. If you're a goal scorer, you got to produce offensively. If you're a goaltender, you got to play big, shut the door, and let in minimal goals. If you're a defenseman, you got to play big and physical, move the puck. If you're an offensive defenseman, be creative and get up so you stand out, go end to end. These are things, and most times there's too many kids on the bench. You maybe get 4 or 5 shifts in a period. And so you have to be smart about knowing what the rules are and how you can get the most out of this and move on. The flip side is if you don't make it through, it's not the end of the world based on the setup or structure of this. So I wouldn't get too caught up in it if you don't move on. But if you are really keen on moving on in these selection camps, you better bring it, and to know that you got to be ready, and to know that when you get out there, you have to make an impact. And by making an impact, it means if you don't have the puck, you got to get it. And when you have it, you got to make plays and take it to the net and do something out of the ordinary. Because again, too many times people go to these camps and just blend in, and they think it's just a fun skate with their buddies. And meanwhile, this is an opportunity for you to extend or help yourself with an extra benefit moving forward. Like I said, if you don't move forward, a lot of times I don't put too much thought into this based on who's evaluating and who's doing this process. So a couple things for you all to think about, whether it's going to happen to you now or it might happen in the future, maybe coming up. I'll follow up in the springtime talking about when you go to tryouts and camps like that. Remember, it's a sprint. You got to bring it, and you got maybe 48 hours to do so and be prepared. So it's a good thing really to help you prepare for tournaments or showcases. Generally, it's a 48-hour swing. You got to bring everything you can in a short period of time, and so it's a good thing for you to prepare and always to think about when you're going into a tournament, showcase, or one of these evaluation camps. All right, talk to you soon.